mic check in the traditional Expecto Go style. Hopefully this all works. So it's great to see people live, and it's really weird being live because like the last time I did this was WooFest, and that was just a static display. That wasn't me. So yeah, very weird. So I hope everyone's doing well. We have 28 minutes 51 seconds before we go live with PlayStation. A little bit kind of on edge waiting for it to happen because it's been, I don't know these headphones, I don't need the headphones till it starts because it's kind of like we're waiting for it for absolutely ages. And it's been promised to us and it went dead, and now finally everything happens at once, including Fantastic Beasts and Magic Awakened as well. And yes, it's all a little bit crazy. I am talking a little bit quieter because the little one is asleep and she's 1.5 doors away. So hopefully it will remain that way and a dog won't bark at me and things like that. Right. Hopefully you can hear me. And it's all going well. Things are happening. "27 minutes 50 seconds." I have prepared some topics in advance, by the way, for this, because I had a funny feeling that we have a bit of time to kill. I actually watched a previous live stream, State of Play, and it had like a 1 hour counter at the beginning of it. Kind of hoping that's not the case, because I don't have an hour and a half. But yeah. So, in other news, the Harry... okay. It looks quite loud on my side. What was I saying? Brain's gone. You know, I'm not so used to doing things off the cuff. Right. So I don't know what things people have got, whether they got PlayStations or PCs or Xboxes. I've got an older Xbox One, not the S. So, Xbox One S, not the X. So I don't think it'll work on mine. But I do have two PCs. It should work on both of them. The one I'm currently using has a lot more processor power, but a NAF graphics card, because they're really expensive right now. It's a brand new machine, but an old graphics card. So we'll have to see what the minimum requirements are and how much I have to spend on a new graphics card. Or I'll borrow the wife's PC, and she'll have to play Final Fantasy on this one. We'll see how that goes. Right, there are a few questions I have, and I'm looking forward to answers to. I guess the number one question on everyone's lips is, when are we going to get this game? I hear a lot of Septembers. Personally, I think August. Just because usually September is usually a pretty dead month for game launches. You don't normally get them then. That's usually when indie developers launch, when the main titles go quiet. Because September, everyone goes to school and no one has time for games. Well, assuming they're not doing their homework. But anyway. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be on Switch. The official list is PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, the Xbox One family of devices. Oh, maybe it won't work on my Xbox. Including Xbox Series X and Xbox One X. I got the One S. And PC. That's kind of the official list. Yeah, I think PlayStation is now sort of coming in stock now, I think. You can kind of get hold of them a bit more now. Christmas time was like impossible. I went to the shop. There was sponsored by Pepsi, not. I went to the shop, Smith's Toy Shop, just before Christmas, and I had all these PS5 boxes up on the wall. And I was like, do you actually have any PS5s in those PS5 boxes? And like, no. Because I think they were selling the games. They want people to believe that they can actually get the Xbox, but they can't. Yeah, it's like a relatively new laptop you got there, Roz. Hopefully you'll be okay. So no idea what the minimum specs are. So I'm kind of hoping the website's going to update. So I'm kind of hoping that things are going to open up after this. So hopefully we'll get a website with all the specs and stuff and release date and stuff like that. I really hope. Yeah, I wonder when the pre-order's going to go live. I'm going to put that on my list of things I want to know. I think I have... There are some pre-orders live, I think. I can't type. It's because my microphone is in the way of my keyboard. Hey, Steph. Oh, I could do a shout out. I could do like an Expecto Go shout out thing, can't I? So, hi, Jose. Hi, Roz. Hi, Touch. Hi, Garcinos. Hi, Roz. Oh, I got it. Everyone's here twice. Hi, Steph. Hey. That cunning plan. Hi, Gail. That cunning plan of kind of like going through the list wasn't such a good idea. I don't know how, like, it's amazing how James gets it so slick. And I'm so panic. I guess he does it every week. He kind of has that advantage. Right. We have 23 minutes, 2 seconds. My life. I'm just so excited. It's kind of like, I'm so excited and so exhausted at the same time. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of like the last 2 years. It's finally something's going to happen. Oh boy. So I would like to do, what I want to see is a demo of the character customization stuff. There's been a lot of talk about this. So apparently on the grapevine, time for coffee, I've actually got wine. And I will be having my first glass of wine when it starts. James is like 200. Wow. I can't. Yeah, he's like a complete workhorse, James. I'm amazed how much stuff he gets done, especially with all those kids. There's a lot more research than I do, that's for sure. Yeah, so I want to see character customization screens now, because obviously with JK and her interesting views on transgender people, WB have been trying to distance themselves, obviously, during the Game Awards, and they kind of, well, it's rumoured that they didn't release this trailer because the whole hoo-ha around the Game Awards, and they kind of wanted to see, I think they wanted to see how Fantastic Beasts played out. 7:40 in the morning. We've got the whole day to calm down after this. I've got to try and sleep after this. Yeah, and then there was kind of stuff coming out around about they're going to make the characters sort of sex and gender much more fluid, to kind of trying to readdress the balance a little bit, to try and say that WB's views, or WB Games' views, WB Avalanche, is not necessarily the same as J.K. Rowling. I don't blame them. Right. Caffeine, then red wine. I always have this thing now when I play a game. I always get very confused. I always have a very hard choice to make. It's not my name, because, well, that's the same name I carry everywhere. And it's not like what house I choose, and it's not what wand I get or what pet I get. It's kind of what sex I want the character to be. Because when you're running around in like an open world environment and you're staring at someone's bottom as you're running around, I'd rather stare at a female bottom than a male bottom. But then that character's supposed to be me and I'm male. So it's a very complicated situation I find myself in every time I get to a character customization screen. When I was testing Magic Awakened, I was like, oh, I'll just pick a guy because I know the account's going to get erased and it won't be too much of a deal. And that was kind of fun, especially with the whole ball and everything. I had the Christmas ball there, and you get to pick a darts partner who's a real player, and their customized character you can see. And basically it's like Guitar Hero. you have to attach the little dots in time with the music, and yeah, you kind of get points and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a dance off, which is quite fun. And it has varying tracks that you can unlock, and yeah, that's quite cool. I'm curious to see what kind of multiplayer things they might or may not be putting in here. I hear rumours of multiplayer on the Quidditch side of things. That would be cool to play Quidditch. Magic Awakened has proper Quidditch as well with real-time players. I never got to unlock it because I didn't manage to put enough hours in it to unlock it. But I did get to practice flying, and flying is hard in Magic Awakened. So hopefully it's a lot easier on this. Stephane's got 4 devices. Oh, I should have a link somewhere actually from Lynette. If anyone's got it, find it. Finally, read on PhD. She made a funky linky thing where you can watch all of us at one go. Multi-stream. That's the one. Ooh, that's kind of trippy. I've never seen this before, so I will send it in the chat. I can find the chat. Oh, that one. There we go. Will that work? I'm going to just check that link actually works. It's a short link. Yeah, it does work. So that's kind of linked in the multi-stream. And that has me and Animagus and Expecto Go and Lynette Wizard PhD. We're all kind of on there together. I don't press play on that because it might make my sound go completely gaga, but it is there. So if you want to see all of us together in some weird, crazy, I'm not quite sure how you'd watch it all in one go, but there we go. That's looks quite fun. I have the PlayStation blog open, ready to go, because apparently as soon as this finishes, we have to go over to the PlayStation blog, and there will be posts and stuff. So I got the original post that we got, and I got their main page ready to go. I have the Hogwarts Legacy FAQ in case we have any questions, and their website in case it magically updates. It hasn't yet. So yeah, got that tabs on that, and I got some pointers as well because I had no idea what's going on. So, in regards to houses, because we have a dorm, obviously, and it looks like we get sorted, which is fascinating as we don't start on year 1. So I assuming we're going to be in a sorting ceremony all on our own. It's a bit weird, but kind of fun. But I am curious as to how they're going to do sorting. So in Magic Awakened, which is the only thing I can refer to because it's the only thing that's out, or was out for a brief period of time, you had the sorting hat, and the sorting hat would pick a house for you. For me, it picked Hufflepuff, which I thought was quite funny. I haven't told James yet. And it's like, do you want to go to the house? And I'm like, yeah, not really. And then it gave me a choice of any of the 4 houses to choose from, which is kind of what I think this may do. A lot of people want links to like their Pottermore, which is now Wizarding World account, which is a lot to implement in code, because you'd have to keep tabs on changes to that site, and if that site changes, it would break the links from the game to that site. And as your house and wand and Patronus and things actually change, they might as well just give you the option to select the one you want, because that way you can have it the same as your Pottermore one, or you can have something different, and it's not a huge technical thing to try and implement. So I think it's probably the way it's going to go. Whether we'll be able to do Expecto Patronum, I don't know. There are Dementors in the trailer, in the first trailer. So Expecto Patronum could be an option. It's a funny spell, that one, because it's supposed to be like hard for people to master. Yet in games, everyone ends up doing it. Mind you, Dumbledore's army, everyone ends up doing it anyway. So I don't know. Not quite sure about that spell. 14 minutes, 4 seconds to go. It's almost like waiting for a fireworks display. It's almost like New Year's Eve. Actually, I think I'm more excited for this than I was for New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. Here's an interesting one, as we're talking about wands. Do we get to go to Diagon Alley? Because we kind of joined halfway through, we must have... Ooh, the official countdown has started. It's just gone live now with a countdown. We have 14 minutes 37 seconds. And I can do the magic television and press this button. And this button. And then we have it there. Look at that, I thought about this in advance. So, yes, wands, that's it. So, do we get to... We're joining late in the year, so are we brand new students who never know we're magical before, and then joining late because we're old, and somehow don't get our letter? Probably the postage, our post in the 18th century isn't that great. Or are we transferring from somewhere else, in which case we would already have a wand? So do we get to randomly choose it during our character customization, and then we have this wand as we go in? Or do we get a full, like, Diagon Alley type experience? Just being late to the party and go through that. Magic Awakened has the liberty of you starting in the first year. So you go through the whole Diagon Alley thing. That is actually pretty cool, because Hagrid buys you your first pet, which is quite nice. From the shop, you get a choice of one of 3 out of obviously way more owls that you could choose from and pay for as you go down along down the line, which is odd, because that's the whole weird thing of how many pets can you possibly own in a game. A bit like Hogwarts Mystery. It's a bit of a funny one for that. So is anyone else hoping for pets? And will it be an owl, a cat, or a toad? Which would you choose? And I think I know what everyone's choice is going to be. Purely because the Harry Potter are new, everyone voted for a choice for you to have. So I already know you're probably going to choose an owl. Which we do get. You didn't get to choose what type of owl, and I got to choose that for you. Which I have done. But you will get to choose a name. And you get to choose something else, which I'm not telling you yet. I finished writing it. It's every time I write one, it's longer. But I just get kind of so absorbed in the detail. You got to go for an owl. I didn't realise how many owls there were. Hang on, I'll find it. Because when you write this thing, I end up doing so much research. Yeah, actually, if I put this much research into Hogwarts Legacy. Anyway. Harry Potter owl. I forgot what it's called. Emporium, isn't it? Because there were lots. Here it is. Known owl species for sale. Oh, you gotta go for a cat. There we go. Let's just put this up here. I can swap them over. Look at that. I can actually make it full screen. It would be easier. There you go. So we have barn owl, brown owl, screech owl, snowy owl, tawny owl, Scops owl, brown fish owl, barred owl, and eagle owl, which is a lot of owls. Actually, there we go. So there are many owls to choose from. I might actually put the background music on, just so we are getting somewhere. Turn it down. So hopefully you can hear the background music from the countdown. Do you have a cat, Touch? I can't remember if we actually discussed that. And Jose's going for a cat as well. I don't think anyone will ever go for a toad. It's kind of like, apart from continuously getting lost. Also, I have Jaffa cakes, or Jaffa cake knockoffs from Lidl, which is just good. Are there different cats? Actually, good question. "10 minutes to go." I shouldn't have eaten the Jaffa cake. It was a stupid idea. Harry Potter. Cats. Influential cats. Which is the best cat? 6 best cats of Harry Potter. 100 Harry Potter cat names. Let's do it right. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck just for the background. Should be safe with that because they're up for restreaming. It's actually getting good. Not really. There weren't that many cats. There is, of course. What's the name of the cat? The magical cat. Kneasel. They're pretty cool. I do like long-haired cats. There's a gamer called The Mighty Jingles, which I'm a massive fan of. And he has a long-haired cat, and it's absolutely amazing. If I was going to have a cat, that would be... Hang on, I'll go see it. It's called Akazuki. Mighty Jingles. Images. That's the one. Open. New tab. I don't want to watch the video. What do I watch the... I'll just put the whole thing over here. That's the Mighty Jingles' cat. If I was going to have a cat, that would be kind of the cat I would like. Although, I think there's a lot of brushing required. A black short haired cat. I used to have a tabby when I was young. 7 minutes, 47 seconds. So close. It's coming. Oop, press pause. There we go. You know what? I want it to be as live as possible. I don't be back. Don't need to be behind by a fraction of a second. This is one of those things that we've been waiting for like 2 years for. Last 20 minutes. And then we spend the next 5 months going over and over and over it. Trying to get every piece of detail. There's a great spot with Expect to Go stuff. I can't remember who spotted it now. One of his Twitter people. But in the very short trailers that we had before this, the one in the dormitory, you can actually see the person in the painting moving, which is a cool detail. The reason why that doesn't happen on mobile games is the fact that there's not enough processing power in mobiles to do the sort of details that I'd really want to do. And of course the PS5 is super powerful and stuff like that. So, hi Jose. No, it's not just PlayStation. It is, get my magical list again. PS5, PS4, PS4 Pro, so if you want to buy an older one. And also Xbox One family, including Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, and also PC as well. We do not know the graphics card requirements of the PC or CPU requirements as yet, so... Oh, no, not drink that. That has to wait another 6 minutes, 16 seconds if I can start drinking that. Because I don't want to be drunk by the time it starts. That would be bad. A friend of mine, he had a black short hair cat. I think it's called Gizmo. And we used to go over and watch movies around his house on a Friday night. and we all work in the same place. That cat used to climb up our legs. It's really sharp claws. I swear it did, just for giggles. So what I would like to... I wonder how many viewers there are of this stream. So, makes it full screen. 70,317 watching. I think we could safely say this game is going to be successful. Of course, this is the base game. Now, these sort of open world games, you get about 40 to 50 hours, because Zelda Breath of the Wild is also, we've heard, as a major influence in this. That is about 50 hours of gameplay. And of course, there's always DLC. So hopefully, there might be DLC about on top of this once we finished it. Because the funny thing about games is you wait 2 years for them to come out. You play them in about a month, then you're done. But I imagine there'll be some DLC for this. Do you have a PC, Jose? So I've got two PCs and I don't know which one's going to be able to handle it. I know one's got an RTX 2060. This one's got a GTX 960. Which is a lot slower than the 2060. But I am looking to upgrade the graphics card in this one. I was kind of hoping for like a 2070. Second hand off eBay. I always buy my graphics cards second hand. I usually aim for about 250 to 300 pounds. And the weird thing is that my wife's graphics card is now more expensive now than when it was when I bought it second hand 2 years ago. So I'm kind of reluctant to spend more money. 3 minutes 43 seconds. Oh my god, it's getting so close. I'm on the chalking point to go through yet. I was actually going to do the Harry Potter and You if I got really stuck for things. But I will be recording that on Tuesday. Monday's usually script writing day. I'll try and... well, you know what I'm going to be writing about on Monday. It's going to be this. Also now on magicalgamers.com. That me and Britta are working on. We'll definitely be writing articles for that as well. Connection. It's... no. I don't think you will. A lot of it's like... it's going to be single player. But there may be multiplayer elements to it. So you might want high speed, you will want low ping, so you want low latency. So high speed is not much of a problem. If it's a good connection and it's like not super fast, then you should be okay. As long as someone's not watching a 4K high definition video at the same time, should be alright. So yeah, it's all about the ping. I'll just talk about Britta when she arrives. I'll just talk about magicalgamers.com and how much we're going to be writing after this is finished. I think we're going to have a busy weekend. We're down to the last 2 minutes 17 seconds. I've come to the conclusion I'm not as good as filling as Expecto Go is. But we have a glass of wine at the ready, already poured out. We have knockoff little Jaffa cakes, British style. You don't get that in another stream. Usually you don't get to see me during James's visiting Wednesdays when I've had a few too many glasses of wine. I will drop a link to that actually, because I stream so rarely. As in, only ever streamed once before. Because I don't actually have any mods. Which is the way I went for subscriber only chat, because I really can't hold. Had me in the chat as well. Yes. You write a lot today. It's already 9 o'clock. They're 1 minute late. What's that going on? What's all about that? Right. That is... I always get confused what to paste point to where, because my chat is somewhere completely different. There we go. Magicalgames.com. Right. Down to the last 48 seconds. I will bring up the volume in a little bit. Oh, my heart is now starting to beat somewhat faster than it should do. Oh dear, I'm not geared out for this. Now I'm 40 odd. It's not very good for my heart.
Wands at the ready. State of Play is back with an in-depth look at the magic brewing in Hogwarts Legacy.
I did promise this won't be the screaming shouty stream, so I have to maintain myself. I might turn off the subtitles if you don't mind. I'm gonna put my headphones on because I want the ambience. Here we go. Don't explode. Oh. Yeah, someone has to press stop if my heart stops. I don't want screen to look at. I've got too many. It's that smoky logo, which apparently is a new Avalanche logo in this. This is a new logo. The music is so chilling.
Lumos.
PS5.
What do you think you're doing here?
Oh, hello. Trolls and dragons. I want to know if we can befriend this guy. The music is so epic. This is in-game footage,
Welcome
remember?
to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden
the logo.
in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind.
Obviously
as
want
you
the
may
money.
be the one that decides the fate of the entire
Goblins love their
wizarding
money.
world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or
Here we
wizard
go.
you want to be.
I thought it'd be some of this.
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the
Ravenclaw,
common
Slytherin.
room. You will then need to attend
Gryffindor,
classes.
Hufflepuff.
But you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending Charms,
Year
Defense
5.
Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, and Potions classes, to name a few.
Oh, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Insert name here.
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
Animation's so good.
Practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Dueling Club. Naturally. There's always going to be Dueling Club.
Not bad.
Little violent.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants,
Potion mods.
brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
So classes to learn your spells?
You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways.
Wow.
As well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
Many holes to fall down.
You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've
Kitchen.
never been able to explore before.
have explored the kitchens. They are in Magic Awakened as well.
1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be.
That slithering common room is amazing.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me
Peeves. I want to see Peeves.
This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while
Bins.
completing side assignments that are part of
He's
a
still
special
dead.
curriculum. One's designed to help you catch up with the other fifth years at your own speed.
Right. So you had no magical knowledge before you turned up then. This guy.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts.
What is that thing down there?
The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
I was not expecting a threat from the goblins.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals.
Everybody wants to kill you.
In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction.
Might do them on in Fantastic Beasts.
I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Whoa. Okay. I can make it through. The heart's stopping. It was Reparo. I'm saying for the staircases, I think it was Reparo. Ooh, that's sparkly. Love that effect on the ones.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Ooh, combos.
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
Yeah, definitely got like combo spells.
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Interesting, the freezing bit allows you to do your combo, but the time slows down. You can see
Slam with Descendo.
mouse button, joypad buttons.
Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Damn.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your
look at
combat
that.
style.
Axio and Depulso.
On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Oh, one is there.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills
hello.
to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle
Upgrade your plants.
to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical
it works a bit
to
the sound.
the battlefield.
Might be a
and keep
YouTube
your
thing.
Enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broomflight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
Ah, see, broomstick around. I thought we're too young to operate.
Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
I do also wonder if their copyright strike might have knocked out the sound for a second there.
This is our chance.
Can happen sometimes.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks.
I see.
Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
But what happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again!
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin.
We've been over this, boy. Hufflepuffs cannot reverse a curse.
With a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes,
Explore
and
the common
regular
rooms.
gathering areas.
Thought you'd only be in the one, which should be yours.
Room of requirement.
Oh, hello. We get to... Okay, interesting, we get access to this.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement.
Or the come and go room. Ah,
You're introduced to
crafting
this
benches.
space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
Yeah.
Since
Well,
you need
that'd be
to
useful.
catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
So crafting. Yep. I wondered how to get that in there.
A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical
Oh,
beasts.
that looks familiar.
Deke isn't sure.
I remember that from Wizards Unite.
Way to find out.
You can freely customize
It's like a
this
greenhouse.
space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Oh, you get to groom the cat. Now, what do we see beyond the castle?
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding
To
village of
Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade, where
Which-
loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require.
Right. And we get the money. How? How do we get
From
money?
ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
It's a AAA title, so
But
we don't have to pay real
Hogsmeade
money.
also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards, emboldened by the turmoil of the times, wander the village outskirts. You must
Oh, I just
avoid
love
them
that
or defeat them.
Accio slam dunky thing.
Explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine.
So we do have
or coat
seasons.
the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell.
So this is the massively open world
They can
stuff.
use your assistance.
We can just wander around.
Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts.
Ah, name drop.
Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle.
It's a Murtlap.
Some have been corrupted by a
World of
mystery
Warcraft.
dark magic, while others are at risk
Ah.
of creatures and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them
Well,
and
okay.
restore them to health in the Room of Requirement.
Okay.
There are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards.
It's amazing what's underground in the UK.
To explore, as it may lead you
I
down a darker path.
think the seasons will be as you progress through the game.
Master spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the richer wizard.
I want to play this game right now.
As you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world.
I was literally just wandering around the castle.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, I want it. Give me a date. Give me a gate. Give me a gate. Give me a date at the end, please. Holiday. Oh no.
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy.
Alright, next bit. We get to chat to some of the developers, I believe.
Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
This is people from a technology nerd point of view. Oh my god, our heart's still beating.
The attention to detail and the passion and
August could be correct.
the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20
Hey!
years.
He's got his haircut, Chandler. That's why he had his haircut.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way that it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
I got a lot of people to get in contact with after this.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two.
You can tell they're real fans, which is good.
Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
We've got all
So
these elements
good.
that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south? And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
This artwork is probably going to be in the book that comes out in September.
We were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge.
There's
and
a
bit of
sign.
mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, in the Wizarding World that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding World from, the 1900s and on, really. But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their own. Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started
Such a
with
cool mechanic.
rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we start with a new feature, we dig into that, and then beyond, we would
Such
go
a
into
good
the
sign.
films.
Such a good sign they're reading the books over and over.
Being able to put our own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. As a Hufflepuff, you always wondered, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's been designed before,
To the world that we know, that
And it's
fans
very
will
similar to that
recognize
one, but it's
certain
different.
names, they'll recognize spells. They'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway. I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an
Yeah.
entirely new
Goblin
wizarding world
Wars.
that no one's ever experienced.
When people engage in the wizarding world, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And for us, we really felt like that answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and wizardry.
I just want to walk around there and chill in the common room, man.
How to bring Hogwarts to life.
Great hall and stuff like that.
That was a very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game, because you're going to have to walk it.
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this
Oh, I'm gonna love finding the secrets. That'd be so cool.
We recreate those very important locations, and then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to, and we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Adding a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about.
This is so accurate.
And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get
I love the Chinese lanterns.
as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community
That's
is
my plan.
absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts Legacy.
See you later, Garcinos.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts
Oh, you made it to the end of the
Legacy.
video, so that's good.
Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
Damn.
That's our show. We hope you're excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
Oh gosh, that's so cool. Just try to like go through the details as it's happening, and it's so fast. Oh man. So it's going to be, yeah, let's make sure I don't make any weird noises. There we go. Holiday 2022. I guess that's like, I assume the US goes back at September. It's going to be kind of like June, July, August, I think. Definitely be doing a lot more research on goblins. That's for sure, on the Goblin Rebellion. Harry got asked a number of questions in canon for his History of Magic exam. To be honest, I didn't pay any attention to the... Ooh, okay, that's a lot to watch. I'll definitely be downloading a copy of that. I go for it frame by frame, I think. I do like the combination of spells thing. That's pretty cool. So, the kind of Axio and Depulso, so pull them and blast them back. And sort of combining spells. That's pretty cool. You could kind of see... little bit how the combinations work. They're trying to hide obviously the on-screen prompts. There was like no on-screen prompts whatsoever, and we saw in one of the demos in the top left hand corner there was things like press R1 to cast this, that, the other. So I think the list of spells is coloured there. I don't know how you organise them. So yeah, you'll be using like your paddle buttons to do combinations of those spells together, because you could see a couple of little prompts for the right and left trigger buttons. So that's going to be cool, doing combinations of stuff on baddies and flying them up the wall and stuff like that. Didn't realise goblins are going to be so influential. I thought it'd just be like some pawn. I didn't realise it would be that kind of like... That goblin kind of reminds me of the goblin in Fantastic Beasts, the one that runs the bar. Yes, I imagine you probably can be killed. But there will also be save points, so you can kind of resurrect yourself. Newspaper date, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully you can kind of rewind that one for me, because I haven't got time to rewind it. What else was it? The room of requirement. Blimey. I did wonder if that'd make an appearance. Quite clever idea though, because it's about doing your crafting, and this is your growing plants, and I imagine you grow the plants to get the ingredients to craft potions, right? In the greenhouse, that looks exactly like the greenhouse from Mrs. Unite. Just a nod to times past. Oh, we just sent to the healer. That could be interesting. Yeah, he just died and just wake up in the hospital. Oh, no, not again. Your leg in a cast. It'd be funny if you did that, ended up in a hospital wing, and then had to kind of explain yourself to the nurse. What happened? Oops. Those goblins again. Interesting that Hogsmeade is not so friendly. Feels a bit like Diagon Alley during... oh my god, my brain doesn't work. Definitely Hallows. Kind of feels that kind of vibe to Hogsmeade, but probably not quite as extreme. Yeah. That was the weird. I couldn't work out how they would deal with the freedom aspect, and then you realise that you start in year 5, which means you can go to Hogsmeade. And apparently, you can enjoy ride a broom wherever you like. I know some people were talking in discussions about apparition, and then we established the fact you couldn't. The block on apparating from Hogwarts was before the statute of secrecy, which was in 1659 or something like that. So Hogwarts is protected against apparition at this point in time. So we knew it had to be like broomsticks or portkeys. What I thought was quite interesting, the ancient magic symbol is the symbol of the game. Oh, hang on. We haven't actually checked the other thing we need to check, which is the PlayStation blog. Nothing's happened yet. Just checking the PlayStation blog, see if the actual blog post has changed at all. Please stand by. Nothing yet. I might just shove that out of the second window. Okay, I can't see any changes in PlayStation blog yet. Not yet. Okay, we'll get that refreshed in a couple of minutes. See if that's changed. Back off. My train of thought has left the station. So the whole going to Hogsmeade thing is easy enough because we already have permission, right? I guess it kind of... I guess you have to be a little bit liberal, right? That you can kind of wander the world freedom-wise and not have to get a note every time you want to leave the castle. It's like, McGonagall equivalent. Where are you going? Just have to fight some goblins in this random town. Taking my broom. Bye. So, has to be a bit of freedom there, I think. It's games mechanics versus lore. This is kind of difficult in canon. I do like the way they have been reading the books a lot. One thing I found writing the Harry Potter and You stuff is you spend about 20% writing it, 30% reading canon, and rereading canon, going through the movies, trying to picture scenes in your head if they're in there, and then checking wizardingworld.com for any J.K. Rowling expanded universe kind of articles. Because the worst thing I want to do, I never want to go against canon, which is hard when you're trying to write a fourth character. So it's just like, there's some interesting nods I put in the next episode of that. Come on, blog, are you going to update with something interesting? Nothing yet. I could do Control F5. Nope. I didn't get any copyright warnings through the stream. But I might see something at the end, which may explain why some people lost sound. Generally, if you get a sound loss, it's down to a copyright strike of some sort. And copyrights are different in different countries. So that might explain why some people got some blackout in audio, some didn't. I mean, they did warn us this could happen. And I've had it before where we've done streams for... I don't do streams on here. We have a live studio for church. And once we got copyright struck, we'd wait for a stream on that one and it went silent for like 2 minutes. So that could be what triggered that. We just see what the analytics say at the end. Come on. I want a blog, man. I want you to tell me what holiday means. Oh, I know. I can actually Google that. Holiday US. Or holiday season, wasn't it? Okay, summer holiday. What is the summer break? I had a funny it wouldn't be September because everyone's back at school. And that's just a really weird time. 3.5 months. Summer vacation. United States. It's pretty easy for you guys to tell me. That'd be US. They wouldn't care about United Kingdom. June. To the first Monday in September. Technically, they get to September 1st. That's just mean to put it at the end. Could be Harry Potter's birthday. Or it could just be a random date when they're ready to launch it. Who knows? Oh, what did everybody else pick? I did see a bit of the character customization in there. I think that just scratches the surface. In the leaked footage, we did see a lot more controls for the character customization. I think there's probably more on that. Interesting, it had male, female. I figured that it was going to be a bit more fluid than that. But maybe you pick a male and a female, and then you can change the balance to be more feminine or masculine, depending on what tickles your fancy. Yeah, August to September. Oh, interesting. Wow, you go back earlier than we do. I mean, Harry Potter is what we do. So 1st September is when we go back. They always get Ravenclaw wrong. What's that thing now, though? What do you do? Like, do you try and flip it back? And also, do you try and change that back into an eagle? What it really should be. It's not really a raven. I'm sure Geeta Lovegood has something to say about that. Yeah, I don't think it'd be that late. Did it say holiday season? Or for life of me, I pointed it out and then forgot. I forgot what it looked like. What it actually said. Oh boy, I have to watch my own stream and rewind it now to find it. Gotta rewind back my own stream. There we go. The thing is, it's such a long requirement. I was near the end of the trailer a bit, right? Just mind me as I fast forward. Oh, there we go. There's me talking in the background. Shut my own voice up. Holiday. Easter? Who's up for Easter? Because that's right around the corner. Yeah. I'm really happy it means summer holiday. Holiday. Yeah. How is that? Not being from the US. Because I thought you called like Christmas holiday season because holiday season meaning. Okay. Thanksgiving into a New Year. Please don't be that. Please don't be that holiday. It just says holiday, it doesn't say holiday season. This is so confusing. I know less about the date now than it to start with. Ah, that's just so annoying. We're going to have to interrogate them as to what that actually means. Because, yeah, every time I hear holiday season, I think, like, December. Can you stop asking me about cookies? This website still hasn't updated. They promised us that things were going to happen. Don't forget to head back here to the PlayStation blog afterwards for a special post. Show me the money. Yeah, I was thinking Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Oh, no. So long away. Oh my god. I think we've finished Magic Awakened by then. Oh, it's such a long time to go. So we're all wrong on the date then, in that case. So you never trust leakers. That's the problem. Damn. I know, I get confused, man. It's like, what do you mean? Who are you talking about? And especially it's like it's a British franchise. Use our language. I don't understand what you're talking about. Yeah. I've got a really funny face when it says holiday season. Oh, I'll screen grab that later on. I need some more American help. Oh, that's gonna be so late though. I'm trying to find every reason why it shouldn't be that time at Christmas. But there are so many holidays. Oh, why did that say holiday season? That's just so confusing. I'm gonna check my Twitter. See if anyone's actually clarified what what they mean. Oh. I was kind of hoping to know more about when it was being released rather than less. Hogwarts Legacy have now tweeted out the trailer that we just watched. And then the first thing is, when is holiday season 22? Is that summer or Christmas? That's what it says, well, summer sure isn't a holiday. School's out for summer, mate. You see, they made it way more confusing. I'm just going to flick over to the second screen. See, nobody knows. The majority of the world, only two places I can think of that call summer holiday is the UK and India. Ah, that's so... Ooh, that's pretty... But it's like... it's like 9 months away. Yes, Victor, have a great weekend with Dan and celebrate your anniversary. You can now spend the next 2 days working out what holiday 2022 is. Yeah, have a great time. Yes, people talk about multiplayer. Sounds like there isn't any multiplayer whatsoever. It sounds like it's a single player altogether. Otherwise, they would have mentioned it. No Quidditch. Didn't see any Quidditch. I mean, so much else to be getting on with. I was really hoping for good and evil and Quidditch. Yeah, that wasn't confirmed. Just the flying brooms. Add the Chamber of Secrets. Can't really do that unless you speak Parcel Tongue. Should make an option for Wizard to be in a wheelchair. No, that was a bad idea. Yeah, seasons included. So it won't follow our seasons. It will follow an in-game kind of season/timeline thing. What makes that tick? I don't know. Because what happens if you mission through the game like super quickly and you just stayed in some random season? So I think what will make the game tick? I guess as you follow the main scenario quest, that will make the game season tick. After watching the gameplay, it's that a bad reaction. But when Holiday 22, and it's like, when is Holiday 22? On a plus side, personally, if it's November to December, I have to put a new graphics card on my Christmas list. On my birthday, which is in October. Upgrades. Back to the PlayStation blog. Has anything happened here? Nah, not yet. Let's do a Control F5 to force refresh. No. What if it's some like janky WordPress thing that's cached the page and they can't put it out yet? All right, it's a game of the year. I think it's not even out yet, but I mean, it won't get game of the year because it won't be out in time. I'll have to get game of the following year. Maybe. I don't know how long a game has to be out to get game of the year. Thanks, Woz. Yes, have a great day. Thanks for staying around. I was expected to have gone by now and done the whole blog thing, but the blog isn't updating yet. But it's quite fun reading people's tweet reactions. That's actually quite fun. I had any theory crafters do a Voldy build already for a friend. A more cool sort of online play. There may be they could do some sort of expansion for that later down the line. Some sort of digital download to add that. Doesn't kind of feel like that's the way I want to go. There's a lot of infrastructure for that though. If you want multiplayer, then Magic Awakening is the way to go. There's a lot. Everything is multiplayer on that. You can't go wrong with a bit of Patrick Stewart. In fact, I want that GIF. I also haven't felt as lost in the Harry Potter world as I did with this gameplay trailer. Yeah. To be honest, I think this is better than the trailer for Fantastic Beasts. I don't know about you. I feel it's a better trailer than Fantastic Beasts was. Although that comes out in April, and lots closer than the end of the year. Will I be able to cast the forbidden curses without getting expelled? Now, our teachers seem a little shady, so that may be possible. Take my money. Yeah. I can't help but help people. I spend half my day replying to that one. What did team up will reach out to get Hufflepuff? I believe you can do the beginning of the game, which would make sense. Didn't actually divulge that detail. I am so ready. This is a cool picture. Digimon artist. Why do we have hard names? That's quite a cool picture. I'm gonna heart that. Please add multiplayer. If it's November, I'm to say that not hard. To say haha, joke's on you. That's been a little bit confusing. When can I pre-order? You take my money now. Stamp my brew now. Yes, I am stoked. Looks like the HP game I've always wanted since I was a kid. Yep. Although To be honest, I didn't actually get into Harry Potter until I was like 20 something. Which is bizarre. Oh, thanks, Tatch. I might try and do some more live stuff. If it's basically just reading Twitter until something else updates, I'm well into that. What date? But the game, it will be. God knows. I was kind of hoping that this is going to divulge a bit more information. It's out! Here we go. We just full screen this for you people. Your first look at extended gameplay. Gonna take that picture for my own. One's that ready for more Wizarding Duels, Magic Weeks, character customization, and more. Chandler Wood. I always think of Chandler Bing every time I see Chandler Wood's name. Sorry, Chandler. Hi, I'm Chandler Wood. I'm a Slytherin. Okay. And some of my best friends are Slytherin. And the community. I have launched software. It's been a while since we first revealed Hogwarts Legacy. Back then, I still hadn't even joined the studio. I'm actually wondering how long he's been there, and we're not actually been known. Now I'm part of this incredible team that has put a ton of effort into making sure our gameplay reveal would be worth the wait. It certainly damn well was worth the wait. We could be more excited that it's finally here. And I guess this is the video again. Double check. Okay, it's the whole stream. First watch that. We've all dreamt of receiving our letters attending Hogwarts and forging a legacy of our own. I'll try not to look at this. As Wizarding World fans, we've wondered what it would be like for our story to be found between the pages of a book, because that's magic for the world has always felt close to our own. This is the reason why I'm writing Harry Potter a new thing, because basically I get to live vicariously through everyone's decisions. Hogwarts Legacy is your story, rooted firmly in Wizarding World lore. Yeah, I would agree. And it starts with creating the witch or wizard you want to be. Like the way you put witch first, it's always good. So here are some of the character customization options. I want to see. Okay, so we have Asian, black, and some form of in between, which is cool. Hopefully, there are a number of options there. I think this is good. Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to make customization which is close to you if you want to be in the game as yourself. I'm slightly worried about the shortage of ash blonde hair that I have. I'm sure it's fine. An authentic Wizarding World. I don't have lunch in late 2021. But the team had... Yeah, because we all lost our nuts when you actually tweeted that. But the team had already been hard at work for many years. I'm still really glad I get to work on a project that captures the magic, spells, beasts, people, stories, and wonder of the Wizarding World. As community manager, it's my pleasure to introduce you to a development team full of fans making an authentic Wizarding World adventure. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree that they're all fans. You can see the passion that they were talking. Bearing in mind these people aren't used to talking to camera. One of the first things I did was ask game director Alan Tew, who will be adding to my Twitter very shortly, what fans love and expect from the Wizarding World. Our resulting conversation could fill tomes. I like that. But when I asked him to settle it into 2 sentences, he told me the most ever-present part of the Wizarding World is its magic and the playful nature and realness of its distinct rules should fuel a surprising and dark mystery that tests the combined resources of those who discover it. But also as important are the opportunities to experience hundreds of memorable moments, small and large, that fans grew up with and know by heart. From being sorted in the Great Hall, exploring a new secret chamber in Hogwarts, which is fascinating, that chamber, or impersonating other Polyjuice. We do get Polyjuice potion. Oh, that's probably how we can get into other common rooms. Hogwarts Mystery. No, Magic Awakened. I think both of them actually had Polyjuice potions to get into other common rooms. No, Magic Awakened had an invisibility potion. Hogwarts Mystery had a Polyjuice potion, I believe. To protecting innocents from the danger of trolls, dodging fireballs, Hungarian Horntail, or soaring into the sky on the back of a Fenley hippogriff. That was interesting because we had the hippogriff scene in the first trailer, but as you can see, we are flying on the broomstick in this one. So that hippogriff could be part of a specific quest. It looks like it'd be side quests as well, because we wander around the open world and there's like a bunch of like cellars and stuff, and I imagine there'll be a few places we can do quests. Drink some more wine and keep reading. Despite this being our version of Hogwarts, it's a world you instantly recognise. Hang on, I missed a bit. Sorry. All these elements are imperative to the experience, but at the centre of it all is a fully explorable Hogwarts replete. Define. Okay. With secrets to discover and oh yeah, I use Edge by the way. With secrets to discover and mysteries to unravel. To learn more about our version of Hogwarts, I had to go to an expert. Hogwarts environmental lead Boston Madison has lived the life of. Oh, I'll Google that later. Oh no! Ah. My mouse has a back button. Said that I think. Lost it. Yeah, has lived the life of a huge Harry Potter fan. She knows the books inside and out. A crucial resource when it comes to designing a Hogwarts that can embrace feelings of both familiarity and discovery. We built the Hogwarts. We built the Hogwarts. We built Hogwarts. The Hogwarts we as fans ourselves wanted to explore. Too much wine, Boston said. I think anyone who has read the books, whether they are an artist or not, has built a version of Hogwarts in their heads. Yeah, I've definitely done that. Despite this being our version of Hogwarts, it's a world you instantly recognise. There are familiar haunts like the Great Hall, Clock Tower, and Hospital Wing. So, go back to when we die, where do we go? Hospital Wing could actually be true. Be quite funny. But also completely new places like the bustling kitchens. It's completely new in terms of canon. Hogwarts Mystery does the kitchens. And Magic Awakened does the kitchens as well. Do look very similar, actually. Interesting. Having felt like a student in these halls myself through the development of this game, I can honestly say that there are still areas I come across that I didn't know about before. That's pretty cool. It does seem absolutely massive, the map. That's Peeves! Hang on. Okay, don't even... Peeves! He looks like a leprechaun. Leprechaun Peeves. Well, I want to get a director's cut of Philosopher's Stone, by the way. A 3-hour one. Because it was 3 hours originally, apparently, at the cinema. When they first tested the movie. And the director is actually up for doing a 3-hour one as well, director's cut. So hopefully we can get that at some point in our lives. And that has Peeves in it. Played by Rick Mail, who died, which is the reason why he cut Peeves out. Beyond just architecture and design, I've been constantly amazed at how much our Hogwarts feels like the magical school I've always wanted to attend, including extracurricular activities like avoiding Peeves while sticking into the restricted section of the library. We don't have an invisibility cloak, so it'd be interesting how we do that. Life at Hogwarts is as much about finding secret chambers and sneaking into the previous bathroom as it is learning to cast spells and brew potions, which I totally agree. Can't get rid of the stupid bloody... There we go. Depending on which Hogwarts house you're in, you'll get to see each common room's distinct architecture, decor, and entrances. My fellow Slytherins will be particularly fond of our common room entrance, vanishing into a wall behind the Slytherin body of an enormous stone serpent. Yeah, I don't think you mentioned in canon how you get in there. Oh, I know they got in there and they followed somebody in, but I can't remember how. I'm going to have to reread that now. The Apologies thing where Harry and Ron disguise themselves as Crabbe and Goyle. I don't believe that it was like that. But anyway, I might be wrong. We're also excited to show you our takes on the not so often seen Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff common rooms. Yeah, I've only ever seen those in... Where have I seen them in? I've seen versions of them in Second Life version of Harry Potter. They did the whole castle in Second Life. And it must have been... I can't remember what I've seen them in. But I've been in the Hufflepuff cold room. It must have been Second Life. Ravenclaws rest high in a tower. Yeah, it wasn't yeah. The Hufflepuff common room, you have to go into the kitchens and tap on the barrels in Second Life. No. What's the one you tickle the pear? Tickle the pear is... One you have to tickle a pear in a portrait to get in. And one you have to press the barrels in the right order in the kitchen to get in. And that was Hogwarts Second Life, but I can't remember which one's which. Ravenclaws rest high in the tower, where Hufflepuffs reside in a cosy basement. Expect more in-depth looks at the common rooms later this year. Oh! So, this is a hint that we're going to get some more footage as we go along. Which is good, because it's going to keep us occupied for the next 9 months. That is good. Because they've got some keep warming to do to past 9 months. And we just quickly check the stream health. Okay, people are still around. Good. Right, I can hardly tear myself away from exploring the castle, but this game goes well beyond the walls of Hogwarts to explore the village of Hogsmeade and the surrounding countryside. Hogsmeade is home to enchanting new characters with rich stories and personalities of their own, as well as vendors who provide supplies you need for your schooling and other adventures. So, are we just looking at... There was an original map in the leak footage. They basically had Hogwarts. It's a really dev map. It's really janky. But there's a picture of Hogwarts and a picture of Hogsmeade. Like a map of the area around it. Nothing labelled on it. But maybe that is just the play area. So probably going to be mainly those two locations with some things scattered around. Going back to some of the leak stuff we heard about encampments and stuff, it sounds like it's going to be that. So basically Hogsmeade, Hogwarts, and then like these random camps of places. Probably goblins. As well as vendors. Yeah, so we heard about the vendors who will provide you supplies you need for your schooling and other adventures. Kind of knocked around the place, which is a bit weird. It was like Final Fantasy, you come across a random person. Part of the magic of Hogwarts Legacy is exploring familiar locations in a new light. Just how close Hogsmeade is to Hogwarts, or seeing the Forbidden Forest in the daylight. Yeah, because they are close. Because obviously you get either the boat across the lake, or the carriages pulled by the Thestrals to cover that far. But to really offer a sense of freedom, we want to expand the scope of what you know about the land surrounding the castle. We wanted you to have new locations to discover, to see what lies around and beyond the Black Lake, to meet new witches and wizards in dwellings that dot the landscape beyond Hogsmeade, and learn what other undiscovered chambers lie within Hogwarts or scattered across the Scottish Highlands. Alan told me. Right, so yeah, basically Black Lake, Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, which should be the side of the Black Lake, and surrounding areas. So it's not a huge, like, you're not going to be able to go to Ottery Catchpole or anything like that. God, I read these books way too often. Yeah, so it looks like you're not going to be able to go that far away. So it's like yep, okay, that's cool. Oh, the Niffler. What I am curious about is, with RPG, you usually have vendors and stuff selling you stuff, which is fine. But you usually earn money for quests. I'm really confused about how you're going to earn money in this game to play the vendors for various ingredients. I don't know, it's like pocket money. We get so much, a certain amount of time. Or basically just steal cash off people you kill. So you kill a goblin and just take all his money. That's probably how it's going to happen. I like that guy knocking the ball around. So, do you get to like keep these guys? I guess the way you can keep them is by having the room requirement, right? Because we don't have Newt's commanders like... Oh, you did look... It did look like you had some sort of book or briefcase thing that you kind of sucked that animal into in the trailer. Maybe you can kind of store them in that kind of thing. It's like an expandable bag like Hermione had. And maybe you go back to the room requirement and there'll be like a Niffler cage or something you can put them in to get them going. Because there is an aspect of looking after pets, isn't it, by the look of it? So this is actually a really long article, sorry. As game developers, we've laboured over maintaining authenticity while we make sure that the game is still a fun experience. There were hundreds of choices that had to be made between lore and gameplay. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. You have to be like, you can't just stick to lore, otherwise you won't do anything. And even some of the differences between each film and book. Yeah. Yep. God, I've had that problem. Alan said, although we wanted to present a new interpretation of the Wizarding World for games and prioritize a fun game before book or film authenticity, which is, yeah. Describing it this way can never capture how exhaustively we strived for authenticity and immediate recognition in everything we did. Well, that's the problem. When you're... Yeah. There are a lot of people that are really strict on canon. But then if you did that, you'll be so limited in your gameplay. Like, this is the reason why I had to start in year 5, because you would not be able to leave the castle at all. If you started earlier than that, so they had to put it in year 5, otherwise you're just stuck. That's year 3, you go to leave the castle. Anyway. And yeah, you get certain more liberties the older the character is. You can't just operate until you're 17, so that's way too far ahead. Live the unwritten. In many ways, your legacy in the late 1800s would well be familiar to everything you loved about the Harry Potter series. Discovering magic, making new friends, and being a hero. I'm not really a hero kind of person. That's why I'm a Ravenclaw. Anyway. Narrative lead Moira Squire offer me some insight into these parallels. Players will get to experience what it was like for Harry starting at a new wizarding school and knowing no one at all. True. And like Harry, the player character is a bit of a celebrity from the outset due to the fact they are starting as a fifth... Oh, right. Starting as a 5th year, and because they survived a... Ooh. Why do we survive? No spoilers. Let's just say your arrival at Hogwarts is rather eventful. What the hell happened? They're starting as a 5th year, and because they survived A. Damn. Okay. Oh crap. Okay. Look at so much theories as to what that's going to be. Goblin. So I was right. It was goblins when I looked at the trailer. You can never tell. Some of these species are quite close. There are species which are similar to goblins, which aren't goblins, but anyway. Your ties from ancient magic put you on a collision course with a goblin rebellion led by Ranrock. Isn't that Avengers Ragnarok? Aided by his alliance with the Dark Wizard Victor Rockwood. Rockwood! Ah, great. That was a pain in the ass. Both of you present formidable threats to the entire wizarding world. Guess what everyone's Googling in the next 10 minutes. Ranrock has seen a glimmer of a magic that wizard kind tried to hide. even from themselves. He wants that power in particular. His worldview is skewed by his hatred of wizards, which is no surprising, which makes his alliance with Victor Rockwood particularly tenuous. I'm assuming Rockwood is the mask guy that we see in the first trailer. Once Ranrock, oh, we used to say that, guess what he wants? No one will be able to stop him, and the wizarding world will be doomed. Well, I can't let that happen now, can we? To unearth the mysteries behind ancient magic and stop Ranrock's rebellion. I didn't realise that they would be like the main person. You will need a friend and mentor to guide you along the way. Enter Professor Eleazar Fig. Fig sounds familiar. Yeah, Mrs. Fig, which is the squib, which has all the cats in Harry Potter. And if you've already seen the movies, she's the one that turns up at the underpass when Harry and Dudley get attacked by the Mentors. So I imagine that's some sort of great grandfather? How many greats? I don't know how many. Whose investigations into rumors of a goblin rebellion have earned him an easy skepticism from the Ministry of Magic. And there he is. And Messiah burns like that. How can you not trust that person? Fig is just one of many characters who will play a part in your journey, whether it's fellow students becoming companions, professors, teachers, or your new spells, or even some assistance from those who reside outside of the Hogwarts walls. There's no shortage of friendly faces to provide a helping hand or a welcome distraction. You may even come across some familiar names, like a Weasley or two. Ooh, ancient Weasleys! That'd be quite cool. I mean, they're our old family. Obviously, we're getting Rockwood. Define your combat style. It's good that you can actually friend people. I don't know what sort of choice you get in the dialogue. I don't think you can probably screw yourself over too much. You won't be able to complete the game, right? Your studies at Hogwarts help you overcome the mysteries and dangers that lurk beyond and even within the walls of the castle. So there are, like, bad people in the castle. As you learn from your professors and classmates, you'll gain new spells and abilities to use in combat and puzzles throughout Hogwarts Legacy. Woo! Sorry, a lot of how long is this thing? Okay, that long. We're nearly there. We're getting there. Dang, that dash. What is that? Walkie Maxima. I do love the combination. That must be one whole spell. I do love the combinations of the spells. Your studies at Hogwarts will help you overcome the mystery and dangers that lurk beyond and even within the walls of the castle. As you learn from your professors and classmates, you'll gain new spells and abilities to use in combat and puzzles throughout Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, so you learn your spells in class and from NPCs. And you gain those abilities which you level up as well, and you can use them in combat and the puzzles in the castle as well. A variety of spells provides different ways to approach combat. Do you go in ones blazing by using Accio to pull the enemy close before blasting them with Incendio, which I freaking love seeing that. That is just amazing. Or do you cast the Disillusionment Charm and take a stealthy approach, finishing off enemies for a silent Petrificus Totalis takedown? Different techniques will require you to counter enemy strengths and weaknesses that should make every encounter feel engaging. Okay, so I'm kind of a stealthy person, but it looks like that would not be suitable for every occasion. As a gamer who likes a bit of a challenge myself, I am happy to say that we've been working hard to make sure combat in Hogwarts Legacy has a depth and challenge for players who want it. Sorry, my brain's trying to think and read. Whether you just want to experience the story or make every swish and flick of your wand matter, a range of difficulty options will be available to meet the various skill levels, enabling players to experience the game in a way where, yeah, I was about to say, this is alluding to like skill levels. I'd love to see how they name them. Will it just be like hard, easy, difficult, or will it be like student, wizard, super wizard, Merlin? I want to play on Merlin level, please. Or will it be like Niffler, Hinky Punk, Dragon? Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Anyone familiar with the Wizarding World knows that magic goes beyond just one work. That reminds me of something Hermione said, wasn't it? Magical plants and potions bring even more tools to each fight. Yeah, this is talking about how this went together. You'll be able to brew Wizarding World potions for healing and use a mandrake seedling to incapacitate enemies with its cry. That reminds me of Lego Harry Potter. We were walking around with a blinking mandrake and earmuffs on, knocking people out. As you continue your studies at Hogwarts, you'll learn more recipes for potions and how to handle an assortment of magical plants. That's cool. I almost gave something away then for Harry Potter and you, but I won't. That was a massive giveaway. A single-player action RPG. Single player. That's answer that person in Twitter, if they're watching. Our Hogwarts Legacy State of Play presentation showed quite a few other things. The room of requirement, taming magical beasts, some dynasty, this ties into the game. Customizable gear that you can loot. There we go, we are looting now. This is how I think you're going to get gold to pay vendors. Customizable gear that you can loot and earn throughout the world. So you can steal gear, which I mean, how much magical gear is there? Usually just the one, right? Do you have like special robes that are enchanted to defend against certain spells? Maybe a fire resistant robe. Yeah, so you can earn, loot and earn. So there'll be like quest rewards and a whole lot more. We'll be diving into many of these topics in details before we launch. So again, alluding to more information we'll be getting online. There is one more thing I wanted to make sure we address plainly. Hogwarts Legacy is a single-player, open-world action RPG. While you can have NPC companions join you on your adventures, the story is about your own legacy. So it's not multiplayer, okay, everybody? It's not multiplayer. It's not going to happen. Which is good, which means they can't turn the servers off on us. Ooh, that's trippy. There are only pieces of the These are the only pieces of the immersive experience we're building Hogwarts Legacy. Game director Alan Tew best sums up how everything comes together. With Hogwarts Legacy, we had the incredible opportunity to tell any story we wanted within the Wizarding World. One fantasy stood out. Many fans of Harry Potter imagined what it would be like to receive their own Hogwarts letter, be sorted, and attend Hogwarts. Yeah, but for me, one. More than anyone else, we wanted to allow fans, after all these years, to finally tell their story, their way, at the most beloved school of witchcraft and wizardry. Only an open world RPG could capture the breath of fantasies. Yes, that is right. Only open world RPG, because you can just walk around. Your story deserves to be as thrilling as other wizarding heroes. We start you as a late fifth year. So you needn't hold back on the kinds of adventures and themes you might want to explore. I wonder if it's kind of like dating. That's the reason why they put it up. Because every time you play like Hogwarts Mystery, it's all everyone was banging on. Especially when it first came out, everyone was banging on about dating. So maybe that's a thing. You might want to explore. We place you in the 1800s to ensure your legend is never overshadowed by any other hero. Well, apart from, Dumbledore is kind of there at the end, but I wonder if it'd be like some sort of weird cameo. I invent a new dark mystery so your conflict never feels like a reread of something you've seen before, which happens a lot. With your continued support, we hope to explore even more in the future. DLC, baby. That'd be cool. Look at this, man. I mean, that's pretty much the weather in the UK, right? Lots of cloud flying along. Pretty much, this is exactly how it looks. Someone has a video. Someone's put a camera up and put it at our skies, because that's exactly kind of how it rolls. We're honoured to have you. We're honoured to have been entrusted with the freedom to create a brand new Wizarding World experience for fans around the world. As a fan and gamer myself, I can't wait to talk with you throughout the year about the incredible experience Hogwarts Legacy will bring to the Wizarding World fans and gamers alike. From all of us here at Avalanche Software, we hope you enjoyed this look at the game, and we can't wait to show you more. Can't wait to see more. Where are we? There we go. All right. Hello. God, what an evening. Hey. So, gosh. So yes, definitely single player. I just completely blown away right now. Why is the year so long? What's it gonna take so long for us to get to this game? I wanted so much more now. So they are gonna give us treats on our progress. So it looks like they're gonna give us some updates on some of the gameplay, and a whole load of marketing stuff's gonna take off from now on. So we won't be sitting in silence until November, December, because that would suck. I was looking at the combos things. I just love that combo spell, the pulling people, and then yeah, that's just so cool. It'll be interesting to see how it plays on PC as well, as opposed to console. Interesting that they're alluding. We hope to explore even more in the future. So DLC content could be a strong point. So this adventure could be the start. If it really takes off, we could be playing this for many, many years to come. Unfortunately, hopefully it won't take them 3 years between each game to do it. But obviously now they have the platform, right? So it shouldn't take them too long to create an extra thing on top of that. So yeah, that is everything. So I think that's about it for me. It's now 10:15. I'm so glad they released the blog in time for me to read it. There's a lot of reading now. There's way more than I thought. Sorry if it's just me reading on for about 20 minutes. But definitely a lot of detail there to unpack as well. So working on videos through the week. Well, not through the week. You can only do one a week. But there's so much videos to do about stuff that they have said. Stuff they've alluded to, like the DLC, and the currency, and looting, and how you're going to earn money, and the greenhouse, the requirement, spell combinations, and potions, and all that sort of stuff. Got so much stuff to go through. We've got content for days. And that's not including the stuff they're going to release on the way to the game being launched as well. Thanks for sticking around, Jose. Yeah, it's going to be a great year ahead. Hopefully we don't end up blowing each other up with Russia, and we actually get to play this game around about Christmas time, which is kind of happy and kind of sad at the same time that it's so late, but fine. Gives us time to save up for new graphics cards, right? So hopefully they'll give us a system requirements thing for PC that we can work out what I need to save money for. So don't forget, if you have you here as well, thanks for watching and everything as well. I'm on Twitter at Mark Zealman. Subscribe if you fancy. I'm not going to tell you what you have and do not have to do. If you like what I make and stuff like that, you can subscribe. If you want to join the Harry Potter and You kind of community, write your own adventure kind of thing, don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. And there's a Discord for that as well. And yeah, I think I am going to finish this glass of wine and try and relax and go to bed now after all this excitement. So, yep. It's a really funny thing. I just got to show you this tweet. Hang on. What's that expression? Oh dear. That was funny. Not quite sure about my expression on that one, but there you go. So anyway, thank you. That one. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you're joining our side. And there's so much stuff to come. And it looks like there's so much more marketing material coming out and demos and stuff. So that's going to be awesome. So thanks for watching, and have a great week.